Chamness, and congratulations on hitting this step in the process of wholesaling. I know you can do this. Wholesaling is simple. It's not necessarily easy, but it is simple. Right now, today is closing day. Let's talk about closing day. First of all, congratulations on closing day. You've come a long way. And right now at closing day, there can be a sense of concern inside you as the wholesaler, wondering what is going to happen today, how is this going to play out, and is this really going to work, or is something tragic going to happen and this ruined? In reality, if you've come this far to closing day, the likelihood of it closing is very, very good. Okay, you would have discovered issues with maybe the title not being clear or the buyer not being able to get funds. You would have discovered those issues before now, most likely, at least probably a day or two ago at the latest. Now, with that being said, the closing day is pretty simple on your part. Here's what you need to do, and what you should have already done is let your buyer know that closing day is today. Make sure that make sure they know where the title company is. Make sure they know who they're meeting when they get there. Make sure they know what time they're supposed to be there. You also should have by now have made sure the seller knows exactly the same things, where the title company is, who it is that they're meeting there, and also what things they may need to bring. Okay, both parties. I should have said that about the buyer also. These are things you should have done before now. Today is closing day. The title company, if it's closing day, they have all of the documents put together that they need from the buyer and the seller, unless maybe there's a document that they need to bring in with them. So if it's closing day, it's not a bad idea to follow up before closing time with your buyer and make sure that they have the documents that the title company is wanting them to bring. Now, how do you know what those documents are? Call the title company and say, hey, we're closing today at 2 p.m. Just hypothetically. What does my buyer need to bring? What does the buyer need to bring? Anything? And they'll tell you, okay? And then say, is there anything the seller needs to bring? And I'm going to contact them and just make sure that I help you out and they bring everything they need. Your title company guy or gal will really appreciate that, because that's their responsibility too, to reach out and let them know, hey, this is what you need to bring when you come to my office today. And if you're going to participate in that and you already have a relationship with these people and they don't, that's very helpful. So, you'll want to do that today. Another thing you'll want to do is you'll just want to get rid of all the fear. Okay, just get rid of all that fear and all that concern and just put a smile on your face because you have come to the finish line. Okay, what you really need to be doing right now, if you're doing anything, is going back to the start and looking for another deal. Okay, so that when this buyer, as soon as they're done signing, you can celebrate and congratulate. And I talk a little bit about that in the next step. But then you can also, begin to talk to them about another property deal. And that's exactly what you want, is repeat customer business like that. You want repeat cash buyer business. So when you're doing that, you'll find that it's easier to work with the same buyer over and over than it is to find a new one every single time. So the closing table today is going to be a really simple setup. It's going to be your title company person. It's going to be your buyer. And it's going to be the seller. Okay, and more than likely, not all at the same time. It'll be the seller coming in early, or it'll be the buyer coming in early, and they'll be signing their documents with the title company representative, and then they'll leave, and then the other party will come in, and then they'll sign their documents, and it'll all be done. Well, when do you go in and sign your documents? That's the beauty of being a wholesaler. In an assignment contract situation, you don't have any documents to sign. You have assigned your contract with the seller through an assignment agreement with the buyer, your buyer. Okay, you've assigned your position and your rights from that original seller agreement over to this new buyer. They're the ones that sign for everything. Okay, they're the ones assuming all of the responsibility and all the risk and all the profits involved in that deal, except for your assignment fee, which is the difference, of course, you know by now, between the seller's contract price that you have with them and what you've been able to mark it up and sell it to your buyer for. Okay, that is the assignment fee. And the title company knows that because by now, okay, in the previous step, you contacted the title agent's office and you let them know that there's an assignment, and you put the original contract with the seller and you put the assignment agreement in escrow. Okay. And so they already know you're involved, and they already know that you're due a certain amount of money, the assignment fee. Okay. The difference between those two figures, the sellers and the buyers. Okay. That's the assignment fee. And they know you're due that. By now, in the previous step, you should have sent them an invoice. Okay. So they know how to pay you and they can track that. So, by now, you've done all those things. There's nothing to be concerned about. What you need to do is go back and find you another deal. Okay, so rest easy today. Enjoy today. Today is closing day. Today is payday. Okay, we're going to talk about payday in the next step and some things you need to consider the day you get paid. Okay, hey, congratulations, you're doing great. And the title company is going to get that money prepared, and they're going to prepare it for you, the assignment fee for you. So go ahead and jump into that next step and find out what to do when they let you know that your check is ready.